My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Resident Evil. If you ain't know, the Resident Evil 6 demo is out on PS3 and 360. Now keep in mind, because keep in mind that a lot of people ain't really feeling this demo, and in this video I'm gonna just discuss my thoughts about the demo. I played with Leon, Chris, and Jake, and I just wanted to give my thoughts about the demo. But before we even get into that, let's realize this is a demo. A lot of people saying that this game sucks now, and yeah, this is a demo. But being as that it is a demo, I do have to judge Resident Evil 6 based off of what we played so far, and we've only played a demo. But just still keep in mind that this is a demo. Now, Resident Evil 6, some pros and cons of this demo. Some pros are the running feels a lot smoother, and the turning around, like in Resident Evil 5, the running, it just felt clunky. The turning around felt clunky. I noticed in this one it feels a lot more smoother. It works the same way you ran in Resident Evil 5. You press the same controls to run in this game, but it just feels more smoother, and they're actually like running instead of like doing a freaking shove. Let's go. Something as small as that, I liked it, because now when you're running you actually run. Like in Resident Evil 5, like when you ran, it was like, yeah, you were running, but it was like almost like a jog. So even something as small as that I like, because it gives you more of a sense of survival, I guess. So I liked how they actually run now. Also, when you're running, I'm playing the demo on the Xbox 360. I don't know why, but when you're running on Xbox, it's the left trigger. So on PS3 it should be L2. So if you're running on Xbox, you press the LT button, or on PS3 you press the L2 button. And when you're running and you press that button, you'll then like slide on like the ground. And when you're sliding on the ground, you can do that to get behind cover, or you could run and slide and shoot your gun while sliding on the ground at the same time. So I like that a lot. It gives you like a good way to get to cover quickly, or a good new way to take out some people that's like ahead of you, and you're down on the ground sliding. So I like that a lot. The cover system in this game, which I wasn't too fond of. When you hear a cover system in Resident Evil, you're like, what the heck do I need a cover system for? I'm shooting zombies. I'm gonna get back to that later, but the cover system in this game works surprisingly well. Because you're not used to having a cover system in Resident Evil, but I think the reason why it works so well is because it's pretty much like the Gears of War cover system. When you're in cover, you can peek over cover, then get back in it, or you can peek around the corner, then get back in cover, or you could jump over it. So it works a lot like Gears of War, which is probably the reason why it works so well. But it worked for this game, so I had no complaints with that. Also, your partner actually does help you in this game. There was a lot of times when I was playing with either Leon, Chris, or Jake, and I was actually like zombies like knock you to like the floor, and then like they try to like freaking pounce on you or something. Like I noticed when I was always in those situations, your partner will actually stop what they're doing, go over to where you are, and like kill whatever's around you. So I actually did notice that your partner actually does help. Like they're not stupid. So I thought that was impressive. But as far as the pros go, I think that's all the pros I found in this demo. So let's get to the cons. However, before I get to the cons, I will say this. What I noticed is whatever character you're playing as, it really changes up the gameplay. So if you're playing with Leon, you feel more like you're playing that classic Resident Evil. You're in the dark a lot more. You're going around these dark corners, these dark rooms. You can't really see nothing. More scary moments. Well, as close as we can get to scary moments these days in Resident in Resident Evil. What is wrong with me today? With Leon, you feel more like you're playing that classic Resident Evil. With Chris, I didn't like Chris's game. I don't know if it was just me. I didn't like Chris's gameplay at all. I felt like I was playing a third-person Call of Duty. I was getting behind cover a lot more, a lot of gunfire, a lot of explosions. I wasn't feeling it because it's Resident Evil. I didn't like Chris's gameplay at all. Jake, which is basically Wesker Part 2. I liked him a lot. And you know, I really like his hand-to-hand combat because the dude can throw down with the fists and the kicks, you know. So I liked his gameplay is somewhere in between. You know, you kind of get that classic Resident Evil feel, but at the same time, you kind of get that more action type. So he's kind of like Leon / Chris mixed into one. So I did like that a lot. How whatever character you're playing as really changes up the gameplay, but I kind of hated it at the same time because Chris was just terrible. Now with the cons, like I said in that video right there, you know, I can't really say where Resident Evil just kind of lost its scariness factor because, like I said, Resident Evil 5 was the very first Resident Evil I actually bought, because since Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, that junk scared the crap out of me, and I never played a Resident Evil until then. So I hear a lot of people say that Resident Evil 4 was the best one, the most scariest one. Then I hear a lot of people say that 3 was I don't know, because I only bought Resident Evil 5. But from my experience, since Resident Evil 5, the series just has lost its scariness. It's just not scary no more. You don't get that survival feel where like you feel like you have to check every corner. You just do not get that no more. And this demo was no different. It's not scary. And even when you're playing with Leon, which is as close as you can get to that classic Resident Evil, you know, you just don't feel that scariness factor. You know, I noticed this a lot in Leon's gameplay. A zombie would like appear to be dead. He's like, okay, Leon is about to walk past me. As soon as he walks past me, I'ma just jump up and, you know, they did that a lot. Like a zombie would appear to be dead, you walk past him, then he jumps up, and I'm like, dude, like they were really like, stop doing, like they did it so often to where I actually expected a dead body to arise, and I was right every time. So, I mean, it's not scary anymore, and I think that's a bad thing, because you know that's what Resident Evil is about. It's about getting scared. It's about not knowing what to expect around the next corner. It's about wanting to play with the lights on, you know. So Resident Evil, I don't know, I think that's a bad thing. So that's definitely a con for me. The commands that you give out to your partners, it works very inconsistently. Sometimes they'll do what you want them to do, sometimes they won't. I noticed when I was playing with Leon a lot, and you know, the partner that I had, I don't even really know that girl's name, but you know, every time I would tell her to move in, you know, because there was a lot of dark corners in Leon's gameplay, and I'm like, okay, I'm not scared, but I don't want to just go in there, so let me send my partner in there. Every time I would say move in, she's like, negative, no, and I'm like, dude, like, how does this work? So I'm not sure if the CPU AI moves in when they think it's completely safe. I'm not sure how that works, but the only command that they consistently followed was the follow. Like, come on, follow me. That's the only one they consistently followed. They didn't follow move in, freaking stay here. They just don't follow it. So I'm not sure how that whole partner command thing works, but at least in this experience in the demo, it was very inconsistent. Last but not least, zombies have guns now. Now there's a new enemy in this game. They are said to be stronger than your average zombie that just walks around slowly and tries to eat you. They have a smarter type of zombie in this game. You know, they'll actually use cover. They'll get behind stuff, dude, with guns. And you know, I mean, it's like, it depends on the type of gamer you have. If you have a die-hard Resident Evil fan that's been playing this series since, you know, its glory days, I don't think they will like that. Because now it's like it goes back to what direction is Capcom trying to take this game in, you know. When you have zombies with guns, you know, you get more used to, you know, not being scared of these people. You know, you fight these zombies with guns like you would fight any other freaking thing. If you was playing a freaking Battlefield or Ghost Recon, you get behind cover and shoot them. So, you know, I didn't like that really. You know, it took away the scariness factor even more. You know, when you're playing with Chris, you know, you see a lot of those zombies. Those zombies that, yes, they're smarter, but they have guns, and it's just not scary. It's just not scary. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there is a smarter type of zombie in this game. So, you know, it depends on what type of Resident Evil you want to play. If you want to play that scary one, I didn't like how the zombies have guns now, you know, but I guess that's what the whole cover system is for. So, but whatever. But saying all that, that's all I have to say about this demo. You know, I said the pros, I said the cons, but really my biggest issue with this whole thing is Resident Evil is just not scary anymore. And I'm not sure if that's the direction Capcom wants to take this game, because, dude, like, I'm sure these developers listen to their fan base, right? Right, like I mean, I know these developers hear what their fan base is saying, so I don't know if, like, at some points they completely just be like, screw what they think, let's just make it. I don't know, but it's definitely going in a different direction, you know. But like I said, it goes back to, you know, whatever character you're playing as is going to, you know, change up the gameplay. So if you still kind of want that classic Resident Evil feel, you can play as Leon. If you want that basically Call of Duty third person, you better be playing as Chris. If you want somewhere in between, then you can play as the second coming of Wesker. And you know, that's all I have to say about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave thoughts about what you thought about the Resident Evil 6 demo and stuff like that, or a video response. And until then, I greatly appreciate if you rate the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down, but what I do ask every brother and every sister is just, so saying that, I'll catch you guys in my next video. And by the way, I probably will not be getting this game on release, because I just don't look at it as a must-buy, to be honest with you. But saying that, I'll catch you on my next video, alright? Peace.